In an image here, each of the four equilateral triangles ABC, CDE, EFG and GHI has an area of 6 cm square. So we can equate the area of equilateral triangle root 3 by 4 of side square with 6 cm square to find the length of the side, but that's not the objective here. Right, what is the area of the blue region? So we have to concentrate on blue region. So the first quick observation that we see is that each one of this blue region will be a similar triangle. All these three triangles will be similar. So, and if between the similar triangles, the ratio is that the ratio of their areas is equal to the square of ratio of their sides, corresponding sides, which means if we could find the area of any one of these three triangles and the ratio of their sides, then we can answer this question. Now the whole problem is finding out any one area and then finding the ratio of the sides. So now let's concentrate on that particular problem. So usually in such questions, what you have to do is you have to make some constructions and try to make the geometry more comprehensible. So what I'm doing here is I'm just acknowledging that these points BD, FH will be in the same line. So I'm just joining them with a straight line. By doing so, now we are able to visualize three more equilateral triangles that are upside down. One is BCD, then DEF, then FGH. Which means if you look at this ABHG, this parallelogram ABHG, then you can see in fact it's a composition of 6 equilateral triangles, right? And the area of this entire parallelogram will be therefore equal to 6 multiplied by 6, that is equal to 36 centimeters square. We also see that AH is the diagonal of this parallelogram. If you are having any difficulty in observing this figure, so let me just quickly draw the outline. Now A, B, H, G. This is the parallelogram I'm talking about, which has an area of 36 centimeters square. AH is a diagonal. So the diagonal divides the area into two equal parts, which means now I can also say that area of triangle ABH will be equal to half of 36, that is equal to 18 centimeters square. Now let's concentrate on this particular area. What we see here is that you see if you look at it from this perspective, that AH is one straight line and these lines, that means B, C, D, E, F, G, they are dividing this line at an equal interval. And if you look at the same thing, these lines, they are also dividing it at equal interval. But here we have two cuts if you look at it from the CD and EF perspective. And if you look from BC, BE and FG, then there are three cuts. That means the same line is getting divided either in 3 parts or in 4 parts from 2 different perspectives. So for the ease of calculation, what I'm doing is I'm assuming that this whole length AH is 12 units. Let me call it that this whole length is 12x. Alright, now these lines, that means these parallel lines, look at these lines which I have marked. They are dividing this AH at these points, which means now we have 4 equal parts. So I can say that this length will be equal to 3x, because this 12x will be divided into 4 equal parts. 12x divided by 4 equal to 3x. That means each length will be 3x. Understand that I am calling that this distance is 3x. Alright, now let's look at it from the other perspective as well. The other perspective says that means now I am looking at these lines. This line is parallel to this line, and these two lines are dividing at these points. That means there are only 2 points of intersections here. That means this whole line will be divided into 3 equal parts. That means 12x divided by 3 becomes equal to 4x, which means we also have to say that this particular part is 4x. Same is true for this part 4x, and same is true for this part 4x. Now we can also find out the remaining length. For example, because we know that from here to here it's 4x and this is 3x, that means this particular part will be equal to x, and that means this particular part will be equal to 2x, because out of 3x, if this part is x, then this remaining will be 2x. Right, so now I am just making these impressions here in the diagram. I am saying that this is 2x, this is 3x, sorry, this is x, this is 2x. Similarly, we have 4x from here to here, and We have 4x from here to here. This is the 2x. That means this remaining part will also be 2x, which means this part will be x. Now that means you see the areas that we have been able to figure out, the ratio of the sides is now, if this is 2x, then this is x and this is 3x. So now there were two questions in the beginning and we have answer to that. We know the ratio of the sides. That means we can find the ratio of areas or the exact area if we can find the area of any one of these three triangles. And as a reference, we already have this information that triangle ABH, which is half of the parallelogram, is equal to 18 centimeters square. Now you see, if I consider AH as the base for this whole triangle ABH, right? I'm calling this whole line is the base. What will be the height in this case? You will have to drop a perpendicular. This dotted line will be the height. And this base is just how much? 1/4 of it, right? Because we know that this is 3x. That means the area of triangle AB, let's call this point P. So triangle ABP will be equal to 1/4 of triangle ABH. The reason is that its base, which is AP, is equal to 1/4 of the base of the bigger triangle, that is AH, and the heights are identical. So the area of triangle ABP will be equal to 1/4 of 18, which is equal to 9/2. Now we can find out the area of the other triangle now. So this is the first very good information, and the ratio of the sides is now going to give us the ratio of areas of the other triangles. We can say that area of triangle, let's call this area number 1, let's call this area number 2, let's call this area number 3, right? It will be easier for me to write it here. So area number 1 divided by area number 2 will be equal to 3x over 2x whole square, and we know the area number 1 is equal to, this is area number 1. Area number 1 is 9/2 over area number 2 is equal to 9/4. So we cancel out the 9. So area number 2 becomes 4/2, that is equal to 2. This is the second blue triangle. Now we can find out the area number 3 as well, and we can say that area number 1 divided by area number 3 is equal to, the side here is 3x, whereas the side here is x, so it has to be the square of it. Area number 1 we already have here, 9/2, divided by area number 3 will be equal to 3/1 square, that means 9 get cancelled out, so area number 3 becomes equal to just 2 units. The question is asking area number 1 plus area number 2 plus area number 3, so that's going to be equal to 4.5 plus 2, and looks like I have made some error somewhere. Let me just quickly check. So 9/2 is equal to 9/4, 9 gets cancelled out, so we have area number 2 is equal to 2. So, oh, my mistake, this is going to be 1/2 plus 1/2, that means 0.5, so it's going to be 7 units, and therefore the answer to the question will be option E. I hope you enjoyed the explanation. Thank you so much.